All right, here we are on a beautiful Poway, California morning, looking at a really sweet, nice little hot rod style street rod 1934 Ford two-door sedan. These cars are really cool because they give you a little extra room to haul passengers and have some fun. This car's got a neat little history. It's been with the same owner for about 12 or 13 years. It's been loved a lot. It's the kind of car you can drive and spend time with, get out on the highway with. Nice little modifications. A little bit of hot rod, street rod style modifications, and still maintains some of the factory look and feel to it. The body is all steel. It's all Henry steel with the exception of the rear fenders, because the rear fenders on these are pretty tough to find. It's finished in an artesian turquoise style. It's actually called PPG turquoise. It's a beautiful base coat, clear coat, but she's the kind of car you can drive. She's got about 25,000 miles on the odometer, but less than 5,000 miles on its current powertrain, and the interior was redone too since the owners purchased it. But he's enjoyed it, driven it all the way up to Morro Bay and around, and let's tell you what we see as we walk around here. Nice little sport mirrors. It has about a 2.5-inch chop on the roof here. Nice and subtle, just right. The windshield has now been flush mounted, so it's a one-piece flush mount windshield. The cowl vent's been filled because it's got air conditioning. It's got some nice little options on it. It's really loaded. It has a Ron Mangus leather interior. Step here to the back as we come around. It has four-wheel disc brakes with a fully updated chassis, and underneath it, it has a 4-bar suspension in the rear. We'll actually have this car up on the lift and spend some time with it, so hang on to the end of the video. 4-wheel disc brakes with electric vacuum assist. It has disc brakes on the front, GM style calipers. It has a dropped axle in the front with Vegas style cross steer in the back, 4-bar suspension with an 8-inch rear end. Still maintains its factory bumpers here on the front and rear of the car, so it gives it kind of a good feel. Car coming through here, so I'm going to back off just a little bit. You like the front end on this. It's got the big headlights, and it's just, the 34s just have a nice look. It's got an updated billet grille in it. We'll tell you what's underneath the hood here in just a minute. But really neat car. It's very smooth. It's got smooth hood sides on it here. Billet grille, the fit is very nice. Step back here, nice morning here. Hopefully I won't have too many people going by in the neighborhood, but underneath the hood here is a ZZ4 350 with a street and performance tune port in it. It's got a turbo 350 automatic transmission, and again a 4-8-inch rear differential. This kind of car you can drive. The owner takes it out on the highway, 60, 70, push it up to 80 is not a problem. It's got a lot of neat features on it here. The wheels, I mentioned, it's disc brakes on the front, but it's got Budnick wheels, 20s in the rear. The fronts are 17 or 18s in the rear, 20. I'll get to the rear here in just a minute. 17s on the front. Early morning for me to get going here. You'll see it has the fender braces where it's supposed to. So this is, again, all steel. Front fenders. Smooth hood sides. It's really nice underneath the hood, so if you will want to hang on to the end of the video. It has power remotes here. Let me get them out of my pocket. It's kind of neat. It also has access points underneath the car to allow you in the car in case you should have a battery failure or that kind of thing, or you should lose your remote. We've got a remote right here. Number 1 opens the driver's door. Number 2 opens the passenger door. Number 3 rolls down the driver window. We're going to go ahead and open up the passenger door here so I can take you in here. Door jamb to door jamb, just a really neat little car. Again, the kind of car you can drive. It has a, I just had a tree on my neck there. Thought it was something else, a bug or something. It has a Ron Mangus leather interior. The car's been built about 20 years. The owners owned it 12 or 13 years. When he purchased it, he had the interior updated, and he went through the entire powertrain to make sure everything was just good. And the bottom side of the car is just as nice as the top. So it's body color, that kind of thing under the hood. Has a nice little sculpting center roof line here. These seats actually slide on a track. It's hard for me to do with the camera in my hand. So when you lift the seat forward, it actually will come all the way forward, or a good portion of the way, so passengers can get in the back. But Ron Mangus interiors are really nicely done interiors. This is a full leather interior. He does his upholstery string tight, based out of Southern California. You kind of give him your car and you tell him the colors you'd like to involve in it, and he goes from there and he pulls the color of the body out into the interior of the car. Nicely done. Go over here to the dash. It has a really bitchin' dash in it. It has a flowing waterfall here. Door jamb to door jamb, again, really nice. Has ball melt billet dash inserts in it. Has a polished tilt steering column, polished or plated. This waterfall dash is just really nice. Nice billet vents. The AC blows cold. Power window switches are there, so power windows, tilt wheel, air conditioning. Got an overhead audio system here. You get some light on it here. The light's coming in the wrong way. We'll get it from the other side. Nice little billet door hardware. Nice entry plates. Nice wool style carpet. You'll see there. They have floor mats that goes in it. We pull them out to show you the car and the carpet. Doors shut nice like they're supposed to. It's going to be really hard to give you a view. Right there. This side of the car. I know it's just a little bit dark, but you can see how straight it is with the fence and the white fence on the side of the car there. Got a nice little pinstriping here. There is a little tiny bumper scuff up here, which is not unusual on one of these. You probably catch it. And you know, it's got a little bit of it's been used. It's got 25,000 miles on it, but enjoyed should be the word. But very little road marks or anything like that. Again, these are factory style running boards, steel running boards with the rubber on them, or the rubber mat surface. Again, glass rear fenders. The rear tires, I told you I was going to cover them. Let's see here. They're 20s in the rear. I was right. So 20s in the rear, 17s in the front. Nice little rake to it. Has shortened bumper stanchions front and rear, and also shortened tail light stanchions here. We'll get you a look here. Keep bumping into rose bushes and trees here. The bumpers on the back, it's got custom made rear bumper mount stanchions here, or bumper brackets, and they're tucked up nice against the back of the body. There's a third brake light here. Fisk 07 is what that says. Again, I talked about a 20-year-old build. Step back here and take a look. So, you know, all the features and stuff that you'd like. I like the roof line, the way it sits in the back. Recessed license plate frame. Fuel fill on the back where it would have been stock. So it's got a little bit of mix of traditional items on it, but it's also got some street rod feel to it with the shaved handles, that type of thing. Chopped roof. The paint is a professional PPG base coat clear coat. I know I probably already said that, but we're going to spend a lot of time on the undercarriage of this car, and the finish on the undercarriage is just as nice as the top of the car. Steel 1934 sedan is what it says in the window here, with a little bit of a decal. Again, here's the remotes. I'm going to stand over by this door because we're a little bit on a hill. There we go. Pretty car. Step back and take a look here. I'll take one more step back after we fire it up and shut the door and let you hear it run. Again, Ron Mangus leather interior. Not a lot of miles on the interior of the powertrain, about 5,000 miles. So little to no wear at all. Again, door jamb to door jamb. All the latches have been painted here. These seats again slide forward on the track when you lift them. And move that cup holder out of the way. We'll go ahead and try it. You'll see how it slipped forward there so folks can get in. I should be able to get it back. See, it just pushes back there. The seat could go back a little bit farther. I'll put my shoulder into it here, and don't really need to. I can sit in it to fire it up. I moved this cup holder. It sits right there when I slid the seat forward. It just kind of velcros to the carpet. There's a nice little audio system. There's a speaker over here. Pioneer Audio CD player up at the top here. It's got a little map and courtesy lights. I'll try and get them there. Key out of my pocket here. The ignition switch is down here low. Out of the way, out of the dash. I think I had you looking at the beautiful sky there for a minute. Anyway, the dash here, ball milled billet dash, beautiful waterfall style console here, low car style shifter, low car style pedals, tilt steering column. The miles at the time of inspection are 25,638. Again, the powertrain, the engine, Street and Performance 350 and Turbo 350 were updated about 5,000 miles ago. The interior also about the same time period. We're going to fire it up here for you. Fuel injection, you really don't touch the gas or anything like that. Oil pressure's, 50, 60 pounds there. The car really hasn't had a chance to warm up. 25,638. Fuel gauge is working. Again, this owner's never afraid to take this car anywhere. Drive it. It has absolutely no overheat issues. The audio systems, we never turn them on, but you can tell it's lit up. I think the time needs to be set. It has a USB port here, so I imagine you can check your audio. Look down the road there. How pretty. All right, I'm gonna get out and let you hear it run and give you one last look around the outside of it. The other thing I wanted to point out is that it has suicide latches on it. These doors have been suicided, and I forgot to mention that on the walk around. You'll see that it has a little latch there and a little latch over here, and those go into a pocket in the door here so that your doors won't come open when you're going down the road. Connects right here. So really nice. Make sure you hang on to the end of the video. We'll look at the undercarriage on it. I again didn't get the seat back all the way. Let you hear it run. A little chilly this morning, sort of a little misty. Get back and get you one more look here. There you go. Go to spudsgarage.com. Have a great day. All right, we finished up the video there. We're going to take it for a short little test drive. I have turned the air on, all that kind of stuff, and I just went over all the gauges with you. Shifting's easy on it. Put it in gear. Anyway, we appreciate you coming to spudsgarage.com, listening to me, try and cover them exactly as we see them. I've driven this car a couple times. I'm not going to get it up to super speed today or anything like that. We're set to go. Go to spudsgarage.com, where you'll definitely see more. Have a great day. All right, let's take a look underneath the hood here. Nice little hot rod here. I like the hood sides. They're smooth. Kind of goes along with the rest of the car. The hood opens from one side. It's hinged over there. When you open it up, it's got its own self-aligning prop rod, so when you raise the hood, it comes back here and rests there, and then if you push it forward, the hood goes down. Anyway, it's a ZZ4 358 V8 underneath the hood that the owner installed after he had purchased it several years ago, and it has about 5,000 miles on the engine and transmission. It's a Turbo 350 automatic transmission. ZZ4, he upped the cam in it just a little bit. He wanted a little bit more cam, but it's still nice and subtle. Has air conditioning with a serpentine belt drive here, which is nice to have that. Has Street and Performance tune port fuel injection on it. You'll see the Street and Performance plate at the top of the thing there. So it's got individual tune port injection. It's got an injector per cylinder. It has air conditioning with a chrome plated air conditioning compressor here. Chromed or polished, that's polished. It has there's the coolant recovery tank over there. It has absolutely no overheat issues. He's had this car up to Morro Bay and driven it around and put several thousand miles on it over the years. Has a lot of nice braided lines and stuff like that. Wire separators down here. This particular here is a reservoir for the master cylinder, so it's easier to get to. These two here fill the front and rear reservoir. This is a dummy, or it would have been for a clutch, hydraulic clutch. Fuel pressure gauge there on the intake, so you can see what your fuel pressure is. You need pretty good fuel pressure to operate those injectors. Again, no overheat issues. It's finished body color. I kind of like this car because the body color is throughout the car, even down underside. So wait till we go to the undercarriage on the car. Very nice chassis on this car. Cowl vent's been filled. We probably already covered that. Anyway, go to spudsgarage.com. Hang on to the end of the video where I'm definitely going to cover more. Have a great day. Alright, he's pulling it out of the garage here. We always like to share this part of it. Next up, you're going to hear us do the undercarriage video. We just had it up. We just brought it down. We actually do this before the walk around on the car, which gives me a good feel of the underside of the car before. Good looking car. Alright, we got it up on the lift here like we promised. We actually do this video before we do the walk around on the car. It kind of gives us a good feel of what we're dealing with, and it's always nice when the owner has a lift, so this is really cool. Anyway, very nicely done car. The owner's owned it several years. He's never had a trailer on it or even talked about having a trailer on it, but at one time it maybe had a small little show trailer or something on the back. Has a 15 or so gallon tank on it, maybe a little bit more. Very nice exhaust system. We'll tell you more as we come up. Traditional 4-bar suspension in the rear with a 4 to 8 inch rear differential. Has chrome 4 bars. Mounts forward here. The frame's been boxed. I'm going to say this is a factory frame that's been boxed, and very nicely done chassis on this car. Got a panhard bar up top here. 4 to 8 inch. The exhaust on this is really nice. A lot of time was spent on the exhaust here. It has Wilwood disc brakes in the rear. It has QA1 adjustable coilovers in the back. So you could change the ride height if you wanted a little bit. This is a vacuum pump and a vacuum assist pump for the brakes on it. It's got a little bit of a cam in the ZZ4. Again, Wilwood disc in the rear, disc in the front. Nice braided lines along the chassis here instead of somebody running fuel line, just regular old fuel line. Fuel filter right here. Edelbrock 304 series mufflers on it. This is a really high-end exhaust system. Like I said, somebody spent a lot of time on it. All steel body. Changed the rear floor section here. The front section looks all factory here. Body colored chassis. This is your bias adjustment for the brakes front to rear. Has power brakes on it. So it has the power brakes. The master cylinder's right here underside. Driveline, chrome plated driveline. Stout turbo 350 automatic transmission. Both the engine and transmission have been gone through since the build on it, or since this owner's bought it. He's owned it 12, 13 years, right around in there. Probably said something different during the front part of the video, but again, I do this before I do the outside. It has jump points here, battery turn-off switches here. I wanted to share with you in the back. I'm going to walk back here. When they have shaved door handles, I always ask for access. There's a button up in the corner here that opens the driver's door, and then there's a button over on the passenger side here that rolls down the passenger side window. The tires are brand new. The rear tires are 245/40 ZR20s in the rear with Budnick wheels, and the tires are with this year new, so you don't have any tire issues. Factory steel running boards, finished body color on the bottom. Frame is boxed all the way front to rear where it needed to be strengthened. Stainless hardware. We'll go up. The front tires, might as well cover tire size while I'm up front here, are 215/45 ZR17. Again, Budnick wheels. Nice and tidy car. You can tell this gentleman takes care of this car. He's got about 5,000 miles on the drivetrain in it. 4-bar in the front with a drop tube axle, chrome. GM style disc brake conversion in the front. Again, 4-wheel power. Talked about the power window being able to go up and down on the passenger side. This is if you lock yourself out of the car. You'll see right over here there's a switch to roll the window down. Get you up front here. The block is also painted body color, which is nice. Bilstein shocks in the front, chrome drop tube axle. We're thinking you get the idea. It's boxed all the way up to the front forward section here where the cross member goes across. Bumpers are mounted with factory brackets is what it looks like. Anyway, nice and tidy. Appreciate you coming. Go to spudsgarage.com where you'll find plenty more.